Hey guys, welcome back to Table Talk with the Sisters. So today I believe Layla has something to share with us that she hasn't told anyone before.
Yes, I'm sharing something that has been part of my life and it's still continuing to be in my life, but God has brought me out of it some way, and hopefully He can speak to y'all through this video. And yeah, we're gonna show what I have been through.
Okay, so what are you gonna be talking about today?
So I'm going to be talking about trichotillomania. For those who don't know, that's a disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and a mental health disorder. It's basically like a urge to pull out your hair, right? It could be from your hair, your lashes, your eyebrows, anywhere with hair, and it's the urge to pull out your hair while you're stressing. And the causes are anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, trauma, genetic factors, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those are the causes, and that's what it is. It's very there's not a a cure to it, but you just need to like watch it and things like that. And the behavior is to it's like pulling your hair finds you a way to relieve your stress and feel like at peace when you pull out your hair, when you pull out and pull out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe we have a special guest with us too.
Yes.
That's going to be sharing her part of the story, and you're going to be sharing your part and my part, and so on. So I want to give a shout out to our special guest. Drum roll, please. Miss Stephanie.
Woo!
Okay, so this is our mom, guys, as you know.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Of
I'm excited.
Yes, we're excited. This
Yeah.
is going to be a crazy story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
to
it
tell.
is. It's different than what y'all
different.
been doing. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm proud of you for sharing it.
Thank
because
you.
I know that it takes a lot to share. And I think this is well, you mentioned it like 2 videos ago.
Yeah, I just like didn't go like
in
in
detail.
detail and be like, hey, this exactly. I think
Yeah. I know.
But how do you think like where did it start from your side? Like
from what I remember, I think you were 7 or 8, and it was in the restroom. I still remember.
I remember
where we were and what we were doing. I was doing her hair, and it was like a little bald spot, like kind of like towards like in the back, and it was like this big. So I was like, at first I was like, she cut her hair, and I'm like thinking, and and then I was asking you, but it wasn't like a mad asking, like it was more like why did you cut it? Because it was so random.
But thing is about it though, wasn't it like smooth, like the bald spot?
Yeah,
right?
So that's when you told me no, I didn't cut it. I was like, okay, she's not lying because you're pretty good, Like, so I was like, okay, so you didn't cut it. So then I realized that it was very bald, like bald, like you couldn't see the little, you couldn't see hair coming out. Yeah. So it was bald. So I was like, okay, she doesn't even know how to use the shaver. So And then where the placement was, it was like you had to pick up your hair like this, and it was like in there, so it wasn't noticeable at all. And I found out because I was doing your hair and you wanted it a certain way. So that day when I was asking you, I remember how I felt too, because I dropped you off at school and you were going to Stafford at that time. And I started crying.
Oh.
I was crying because, just thoughts were coming, like, oh man, she might have cancer.
That's
maybe
what
has
I
this.
But I didn't
that's what
understand
I
until
thought
like I got
also.
older, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So immediately I started I called the doctor and I told her over the phone. She's like, bring her here. Before they tell you to go to the specialist, they tell you to come in first to the doctor. So I did. But before that, I was like researching and I'm finding all these things. That's why it's not good to Google things.
Yes, they tell you
you're gonna die in 5 minutes.
Yeah. So I was like, that was a mistake. But I did come across that, and I didn't know. I've never heard of it. So I was like, what is this? And some other things too. So I was like, okay, let me just not get on here. Let me just wait for the doctor. I remember I took her to the doctor and they told me, oh well, you know, like it was strange. So then she was like, well, I'm gonna refer you to a specialist, which it was the dermatologist. And I remember I had to wait like a week and a half to get her in for the appointment, and it felt so long. I'm counting down the days, and I'm like, when is it? Oh, it's finally tomorrow. Yeah. So I remember I took you in, and then they were doing like testings and all that stuff, and then they were like, oh, it could be alopecia.
Oh, I heard of that, but I don't know exactly what
it could be
is.
that or trichotillomania. So they were doing more like testing and stuff, and then at the end they ended up telling me that it was trichotillomania. So I was like, okay, what is that? Like, is she gonna be okay? And then he told me that it was nothing, like you're not gonna die or anything. It was just more of like a compulsive disorder,
how to also cope in a way, like when you're stressing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't know I was pulling. Like,
yeah.
I had no idea. That's the thing.
So when he told me that, the doctor told me that, I was like, okay. So I got online, and then he told me to get on Facebook because there's groups for that. They're like a support group, and I was like, okay. I don't really use Facebook at all. Like I only use it for like groups that I'm in. So I started following like groups and stuff, and then I remember I saw like pictures of like people posting like their stories and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was just crying because I was feeling bad for them too. And then I'm like, man, like that's crazy, because your spot, like even though it was big for me, theirs was like huge. Yeah. Like I'm talking about like the whole side.
And sometimes they're like people's lashes also.
Yeah.
Their eyebrows. Yeah.
Any hair that they can, even on their arm, it's just something that they don't notice, you know. And then that's one thing that I noticed about you when I found out, is that I will be watching TV or like a movie, and then I would like glance at you, and then I would see you going like in there like this, and then I'm like, Layla, and then you would like slap out of it, and you're like, oh, but it was like more like, you know how people bite their nails and stuff, like they have a habit of doing that, which is called maña in Spanish. So I was like, oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
So
and when they would call me out, I'm like, what do you mean? I wasn't doing it. And I still to this day, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I found out a lot of information on the Facebook groups that I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, well, how can I help her to prevent, from that? And that's when I found out about the
watch.
It's like a Fitbit. Yeah. You know those, not the Apple Watch, it's like very thin.
Like a fitness. Like
fitness type thing.
Yeah. So it wasn't, and then you can pick colors and stuff. And I'm like over here like trying to make sure that when she goes to school, when she's wearing that, that is like, cute still, because I don't want you to get picked on. And like,
nobody
what is that?
At school knew. Like I even told my mom, I was like, you cannot tell the teachers, because like I don't want them to treat me different, like or give me an A because they feel bad. Like I didn't want to be treated different, and I also didn't want to get bullied. So it's kind of like a kids maybe.
But I remember telling you, hey, I need to tell the teachers because if I'm not there, I can't help you and remind you. Yeah. So the teachers did know, and sometimes it will be rare where they'll be like, hey, today, I noticed her touching her hair a lot.
She was like, don't touch, don't touch your hair. Or she would tap the desk twice.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, which that's good, as long as they don't make it noticeable, because, kids can be cruel sometimes. Yeah. So we got those. And I don't know how much I spent for those, but they were quite pricey. But I was like, whatever she needs, let's try it. I don't know if that works, whatever. But it did help.
Yeah.
Because every time, so you program the thing where it's an app. And I guess it's like when you lift up like your hand a certain like angle or a distance, it will start vibrating. So that vibration, it helps you, and it reminds you of like, like, let me put my hand down.
It would be like every day, all day. And I didn't notice, like, when I put my hand up, like, beep, beep, beep. It doesn't, like, make a noise, but you could feel it. the vibration. I'm like, oh, okay.
Even if you're not really touching your head and you could be doing something else, it's still like a reminder, like, hey, you know. And I was like, okay, that helped a lot. And then I remember when we would buy like hair accessories.
Yes. Okay, let me say that. Okay. Like we used to like go buy headbands, like wherever like the ball stores would be at, we'll put the headband on top if it looks like right, or we'll get the spray, that
It's like a hair dye kind of spray.
Black.
Because L'Oreal,
yeah. There was this one incident though. I remember when I was at school, and there was this girl. I guess she accidentally saw it, right? And so I'm like, oh no. And I can hear her talking about it. She's like, it's like to her friends, it's that. She was concerned. And there was like a bald spot. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I thought I covered it right. And then I was like, no, it isn't. And I was like, oh, you know, that was, because she was a close friend at the time too. I was like, I can't tell anyone because I'm like, I was embarrassed, you know. Like, I never heard of anyone that dealt with that. And then, but it turns out, I remember in school, there was this girl that I didn't know. We never really talked, but she had the same thing.
In Stafford or?
Stafford, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
So when I was doing my research, like when I was reading and stuff, it's not like very rare. There's a lot of people that have it.
Yeah, I did some research. I was like, oh, a lot of people have it. I just think nobody
talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was like, you know, doing more research, I was like, okay, well, what else I can do? We did the headbands, like making sure that nobody saw it. I remember actually, you had that when we were going to Legacy.
Yeah.
When we were going to church.
Yeah.
The church that we go to now.
Yeah.
You had it when you went, and then I was like, man, like
it was like not that long ago in my head. It feels like
it felt like recent. A few years ago. Like,
Do you remember like me telling you about it?
Well, I was 5 or 6 at that time, and I didn't really like. I guess I didn't really understand what was happening, but I remember the first thing I thought, because of course when you're 5 or 6 and you see someone losing their hair, you think it's cancer. So I started worrying a lot, and then I remember you kept telling me, okay, like watch Layla, like, and I think it got so bad. Well, I think I was worried too much that I would start getting things for her. Like if she wanted milk, I'll go to get some milk.
She thought it was really sick.
Yeah, I was going, I was like, are you sick? Are you okay? And then, I just remember the cupboards of our bathroom being filled with, like, black hair dye, her headbands, and, like, the black powder. And I remember you doing her hair every day, black powder everywhere. And then I've seen it, and then I was so concerned. I was like, oh, my gosh, like, what's happening? But I don't really remember a lot, because, like I said, I was, like, 5 or 6. But I remember it happening, like, you know?
Yeah, so I remember now.
It happened.
Yeah, so it happened. Stella is 7, so it happened like 7 years ago. I feel like when it started, I feel it was because of Grandpa.
No, don't make me cry here now.
4 days before I had Stella, my dad passed away, and I feel like having Stella, which it was a huge change because you and Leslie grew up together. So you were little when she was little. So it wasn't much of a big difference. No. But having Stella, and then my dad passing away 4 days before I gave birth, I think all that kind of like affected the family for a bit because we were all going through it. And, you know, my dad was very close to the girls, like super close. Yeah. So y'all would see my dad more than my mom.
Yeah, more than our grandma.
Yeah. So, and my dad was like my bestie. We're like this.
He used to like sneak me some chicle, like some gum, and some money. He's like, here, don't show your mom or whatever. And I was like, okay.
He was so happy, like always smiling.
Yeah, especially with this 3-seat truck.
Yeah. Like if y'all know Albert, well, my dad was like 2 times. More than like very talkative, very like.
I remember he used to pick us up from school in his truck.
Yeah, his work truck.
Yeah. Small truck.
Yeah.
Every time I would call him and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, can you pick them up because I'm working," and then he's like, "Yeah." He would leave because he had his own painting company, so he was his own boss. So he was like, "Yeah, of course." and he will go and pick you up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find some gum.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Because
real.
I was always scared that y'all would swallow it. or like I don't know.
Now we just love gum.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
like gum now.
Especially
Yeah.
the one that he gave us. But
And is that gum? It's the gum that you chew for like 2 minutes and the
And then
flavor's
the flavor's
gone.
gone.
I'll put a picture on the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
here on the screen.
I think
Yeah.
I still have one of his gums actually.
Yeah.
I
She saved
I
it.
saved one.
Yeah, it was funny. But I think that's where it all started. When and I guess it's because also when was it, like I want to say like 2 weeks before or like a month before he passed away. Remember what happened at the house? We're not gonna get in like details, but something happened that he ended up in the hospital, and that's when all these things were happening, and I think that you took it in.
And just like
Yeah.
back on back. And I remember that incident. I literally went to my room, and that was the first time I actually like truly prayed to God.
Yeah.
I wasn't like I knew there was a God, I knew obviously, but I just like that was a time where I was like, yeah, God, I need you.
And then I tried to so I remember y'all were gone that weekend. Y'all were over there, and then when y'all came back, I didn't know how to tell y'all.
Yeah.
But you said that you can see it.
I saw it.
Like
No, I remember that day. I saw his truck in the driveway, and I was like, oh my gosh, Grandpa's here. And then when I went in, all I saw was you guys. And then in my head, I was trying so hard to deny. I was like, no, he's not. He's not. I remember that day.
Yeah, I saw the look in your eyes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was crying.
Yeah.
The whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aww. I remember that, and then telling y'all and stuff, and then like not too long from like that day is when I noticed that, and I think that it was probably that was like something that triggered you.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying so hard to stop. Because I haven't thought about that day in so long,
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we haven't talked about it.
We haven't that day was very, especially the day when you told us, I was like, oh, like he was like our best friend. Yeah, I even like have like what's the necklace where you open it?
Oh, the locket?
Pendant?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have his picture. I created one like a year ago or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like through it all, like how did you feel about it? Like what was your experience with that?
Well, from the day she found out and she asked me, and I remember she had to talk with someone and they were talking about it, and I thought I had cancer because I was like there's like I was freaking out. I was like, there's no way I have cancer. But then if you really think about it, it's not cancer. But if you see a bald spot, and it grew bigger at like later on. It did grow big. We'll show you some pictures, but it definitely created some type of anxiety within myself because I didn't want anyone to find out. So I wouldn't even put my hair up. I would hate when the wind blows because that's when everything shows. I used to compare myself and have insecurities, with my hair because I was like, everyone's hair is much better than me. Everyone's hair looks healthier. And that took me a while to get out of. It took me a long time. And it just created it went from insecurity into depression and then all that. And I felt like it just got to, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not this and that. I'm not, good enough. It wasn't a great mindset because then it just led to not liking myself, not wanting to do things, and it really messed with my mind for a good while, ever since that time, and then up until actually, to be honest, up until when we went to camp this year, because at camp I did share it with just a few girls at church camp, and they were all shocked, and they were like, what? And they were crying, and then one of them though, turns out that she had the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she came up to me.
She was so pretty, by the way.
She came up. She had
Oh,
good hair.
you did tell me.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
you told me about it.
She came up to me and she was like, she was like, can you give me a hug? And I'm like, yeah. And then we hugged and she's like, I'm so proud of you. And then she was like, she made the same thing.
Sometimes you don't, just like how nobody knew, you know, because when you told me that you didn't want to tell anybody, you know, I would tell like, yeah, like my best friend, you know.
Yeah, I only told like my family and a best
yeah.
friend, like no one else.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think I told anyone either. It's because at that time, like I was scared too, and like of course I wanted to respect you because I know that she didn't want anyone else to know, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep this to myself, and like that was actually the first secret I kept to myself. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I knew that was gonna affect your confidence level and everything, so that's why I was like very determined, like to make sure your hair looked good, you know, but also reminding you that hey, you are beautiful. You know, you're pretty, even though sometimes we don't understand why we go through things. You know, in that moment we don't understand. You know, but later on it's like, oh, okay, I see. Yeah. And then now that you're able to talk about it. Yeah. Who knows? There's probably somebody watching that is going through something, the same thing or something similar that may be causing them to feel insecure about themselves. So I'm like proud of you for opening up, you know, even though it took you a minute, but you know.
It took me how many years?
Yeah.
It's a crazy journey, and there's no, like I said in the beginning, there is no cure for it. As long, but you do have to, like, you know, watch yourself. And I'm doing way better, so you know.
It's like a control kind of. Yeah, it's just learning how to control it, like you know. But I haven't seen you. And then like randomly I will be like, come here, mama.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me see. And I'm like, you know why? Because I want to make sure that I'm there to help her. You know, to make sure that you know and you're aware of it. If you're, you know, if you're not right now, it's good to know. If it's happening again, then okay, let me do something about it. Let me do the same things that I was doing before. Yeah. You know, especially like wearing the things and yeah.
I remember there was this one time that also, like, you know, kids in school. This was around like 5th, like grade or something like that. And there was kids like making fun of this teacher that had like this. She was balding, and so like when I see kids do that, I'm like, oh, so like y'all don't like that. Y'all are gonna make fun of me if I ever say anything. And I even, which is wrong, but I even joined in that. I was like, oh, ha ha ha. When I had the same problem, but it's because I didn't want them to really see that I have the same problem. Yeah. I feel like insecurities, it takes over your life extremely. Like if you let it, and I just got to a point where I'm like, I'm starting to like my hair for the way it is. So
you have thick hair, and it's like
I just feel like a lot of hair has been lost because of it. I just don't feel like it's the.
But it's still.
No, it's very thick.
You know,
I think it would have been noticeable if it was thin hair. Like my hair is thin. And it would be very noticeable.
We all know my hair.
It is thick and curly. It's pretty.
Struggle.
I miss my curly hair. Mine was like
that.
that.
You had curly hair. Yeah. You should get a perm.
No, that would damage my hair more.
Oh, okay.
They put all kinds of like chemicals for them to get your like, you know. Yeah, it's a lot. Not doing that.
But.
And one thing that I was like sad about is when I was on the Facebook groups, there would be like young girls your age. No, well actually no, they were older than you. They were teens at that time, and they expressed that their parents didn't understand, and they would get mad and tell them, "Oh, just stop it," you know.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like,
you can't. It's not something.
I'm like, even though I don't understand because I'm not in your shoes, you know, like I'm not doing that. It's very harsh to say that because it's like, you know, you don't know how they feel inside. And then you're just bringing them down more, you know, already on top of how they're feeling right now. So I was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, so. I don't know about Layla, but I'm so glad that you handled it the way he did. Cause,
Yeah,
like
I know.
you said, like there's a lot of people like dealing with that stuff, and then on top of that, like just what you said, and like it make them like even more depressed than they already are. And then like the next thought is, okay, well,
yeah,
we're gone. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's not something. It's not easy to. I mean, it could be controllable, but it's like it's not a quick snap where you can just oh don't. It's like you don't even know when you're doing it. So it's not that easy to do that. But,
and then when you were going through it, I was like, okay, how can I make it like to enjoy shopping for like bows and hair pieces
shopping
because I was like, I didn't want you to like look at the bad thing. I want you to like, look past that, and then when I would like dye your hair or like, the temporary spray, you would spray it on there, and then it's like you wouldn't be able to see it at all. That's what I use for my gray hairs, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that helped. So I've always wanted to, like, I remember going to the stores. Hey, mama, you like this one?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. She used to make it like, but it was like good though, cause it got my mind off of like, okay, we're shopping because I'm dealing with this. But like we used to like look for like cute headbands, like the stretchable ones where you put it around
different
your...
colors. She was rocking those every day.
Even though like her pooling was like kind of towards the back, like in there. The headbands, it was more of like holding the hair down, like in case of like it gets moved. Yeah,
that's why I didn't like the wind. And then when we got the headbands, I was like, okay.
Didn't that help you like a lot more? Like the headbands, like cause,
yeah.
Like,
well, not to pull from here for sure, because that's like it was right here. But yeah, I remember. It was just the bald spots. That's what made my insecurities go down. I was like, oh no. Because I did see at one point, I looked in the mirror and I was like, okay, let me try to see. And I saw, and it was like huge. Because it would get bigger and bigger as more as I pull. But
do you have pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We could show.
I have a few, but not like.
Yeah, I have pictures.
I think I only have like
and
2.
It's like this whole spot. And I was like, oh goodness. And I saw it a couple of days ago. Picture. I was like, oh wow. Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, that's like I knew you weren't there when you did that. Like, I mean, I knew that I wasn't there when you did that because it was a lot. So just imagine going one by one.
Yeah.
And just going like this, like just for.
And I wonder when I did it. I wish I could remember when, like exactly, because for that much to be pulled out.
Yeah. How to be in school every day and
just that's all. I don't remember me being home alone all the time. It's probably at school.
Yeah, because she's always at me. Minecraft.
Yeah, y'all were never home alone.
Yeah, but sharing what God has done in my life in a way. There's this verse I would like to share. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him and who have been called according to His purpose. Which I feel like that's key to this because, I saw this trichotillomania thing as this bad thing, this negative thing, but it's definitely now something I'm more proud of, in a way, and that I'm just proud that to show that God has moved in my life and helped me out throughout this whole situation and the family. And
that's
God is good
all the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
Let's
go. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm so proud of you sharing it.
Yes. I know. I'm proud of myself. I have never shared this anymore.
I know. And then she told me about the idea, like the episode. She was like, can you be on it, because I, knowing how it all started and the details and stuff. And I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And we're glad to have you here.
Really.
And everything. So I was like, having you here also is another way of showing someone else's side of what you thought of and Leslie's side.
Yeah. Well, I hope that any parent that is watching this or anybody that has a little one dealing with this is just to be mindful of how they feel and not to be harsh on them and think that it's just it can be controlled. You can control it, yes, you can, but just give them grace and, help them through it to help them stop, pulling. So I hope that also inspires others, like parents, or if they have any questions, whether it's me or you, to reach out and
if this spoke to you, I would like to know how. I want to hear from people, like, if this,
like, are you dealing with any insecurities?
I would like to know and help you out.
I think we all deal with insecurities at one point.
I feel like whoever doesn't, they're lying.
Yeah,
everyone deals with some type, even if it's not physical, it could be something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is good.
This was a good one.
Yeah.
It actually feels, because at first I was like a little nervous because y'all know I don't like to be on camera and talking and stuff. I just feel like awkward. But it just feels like any other conversation that we always have.
Yeah.
That y'all normally just barge into my room and start talking.
Okay.
Yeah,
sometimes you expose us.
Yeah. Sometimes it would be for an hour or two. But
I know. We start from one topic to the next.
And we always be on different topics.
Every day in the morning, we go downstairs, immediately go to her room, and we just start talking.
Like, if
literally anything.
Yeah.
Like, we about to sleep or something.
And then I'm like, here they go again. No, just kidding.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, I do. I love it. I love that y'all are open with me.
Yes. Maybe you should come on a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask them whether they want to know.
Yes. Y'all want her more on here?
Comment down below what you guys think. Maybe we should have her more for future episodes. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe drop like some questions that you want to know about me and maybe have Papa on too.
Yeah. Get to know me.
Yeah, like a little get to know me.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm not a very open person. I'm very private. Like, I don't really share much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knows if you ask some questions.
I probably have some questions.
Me too.
You know everything.
I'll make a fake account and then comment down and we'll ask this.
Alright, so this is the end of the video. Make sure you like,
we're glad to have you.
Turn on the post notifications. If you want to see her again, comment down below. Like the video. Okay? We love you guys. Jesus loves y'all.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.